So good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for our first workshop for this rulemaking. My name is Amelia Boyd, and I am the program manager for the WMC and will be facilitating today's session. This workshop is being recorded and we'll post the recording to our YouTube channel soon. The documents we'll be discussing are available on our website at wmc.wa.gov. In the slide deck, the globe, which links to our website, and YouTube icons are clickable and will take you directly to those resources. For attendees, if you'd like to ask a question or make a comment, please use the raise hand function. We'll call on you as soon as we can. When offering comments, please avoid reading aloud any written comments that are already included in the materials. These workshops are intended to be collaborative with a back and forth exchange of ideas about the proposed language. Before we get started, I'll take a roll call of our panelists and staff. When I call your name, please introduce yourself. Marissa?
Hello, everyone. Marissa Courtney, Licensing Manager for the Washington Medical Commission.
Thank you. Bonnie?
Good afternoon, everybody. Bonnie Gregory, Licensing Fiscal Analyst with the Commission.
Heather?
Good afternoon. Heather Carter, Assistant Attorney General Legal Advisor.
Thank you. Dr. Khan?
Lucia Khan, I'm one of the commissioners.
Thank you. Mr. Lopez? And if you're talking, you're still muted. Okay, we'll come back to him. Go ahead, Micah.
Micah Matthews, Deputy Executive Director for the Commission.
Thank you. Mr. Lopez, can you hear us? So unfortunately, until we hear from him, we can't move forward because he is our third panelist. Hold on just a second. All right, we're going to take a step back and just wait for a moment.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. We were just doing the attendance verification. So if you could just introduce yourself.
Oh, hi. My name is Ed Lopez, and I'm one of the commissioners. I'm the vice chair of the commission.
Thank you. And then Dr. Domino, if you would please introduce yourself and then begin the script.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Karen Domino, and I'll be the presiding officer for this rules workshop. Today is Monday, August 24th, 2026, and it is now 1:44 p.m. This meeting is being held via Teams webinar. The rule being discussed today is regarding the continuing medical education renewal cycle for certified anesthesiologist assistants, or CAAs. The CR-101 or pre-proposal statement of inquiry was filed as WSR number 26-11-021 on May 13th, 2026. Ms. Boyd, please present the overview of the rules process and our proposed timeline for rule development.
Thank you. Since this is the first workshop for this rulemaking effort, we will do a brief overview of rules and the rulemaking process. So a rule or regulation is a written requirement that applies broadly across a group of individuals or entities that enables, guides, or directs them to do something or prohibits them from doing something. Specifically, a rule establishes or subjects individuals or entities to penalties if it is violated, is a qualification or requirement that gives a benefit or privilege, or sets qualifications or standards that an individual or entity must meet to get a license or permit, or sets standards that must be met before a product or material can be sold. For this rulemaking, we will follow the standard rulemaking process, which consists of 3 phases. The first phase is the CR 101 or pre-proposal statement of inquiry. Filing a CR 101 formally announces that the commission is considering rulemaking on a specific topic. It also marks the beginning of the public process and provides interested parties with an opportunity to participate in developing the rules. The second phase is the CR 102 or proposed rulemaking. During this phase, the draft language that was developed during the CR 101 phase is published for formal public comment and a public hearing. The final phase is the CR 103 or rulemaking order. After considering all public comments and making any final revisions, the commission may adopt the rules. Once the CR 101 is filed, the rules become effective 31 days later. So here's our proposed timeline for this rulemaking, which may be adjusted if additional workshops are held. Are there any questions about this timeline? If so, please use the raise hand function and I will call on you. Does not look like there are any questions.
All right, are you finished now with your
Yes.
introduction? Great, well, thank you, Ms. Boyd. We'll now work through the first agenda item. This is a pretty short item, so I don't think that whenever we finish our discussion with regarding it, we will pause to review next steps and dates for future.
Oh, you just muted accidentally. Sorry. There you
My
go.
paper hit that, the script hit the computer. At any rate, so the next item is the discussion of the proposed language. And so Ms. Boyd will please present the draft language.
Thank you. So when we initially completed these rules last year, we found an issue afterwards that there was some confusion around when an anesthesiologist assistant should attest to that they have completed their CMEs. So we wanted to go in and make this more consistent with what we've already established for PAs. And so that's why we want to change it from 4 to 2 years. And then the biggest confusion was second renewal. That was confusing for folks. So we're changing it to first renewal, or we're proposing to change it to first renewal to make it, again, more consistent with the PA rules. And we're also working on the MD rules to make them in line with the changes you see here too. So these are the changes we would like to make. They're in sub 3, 4, and 5. And then there's no other changes that we're proposing. So does anyone have any questions about what we're changing or why we're changing it?
I just had one question, was the one in number 5 about in lieu of 200 hours, it would be 100 hours. Is that because of why? Why is that?
So because we're changing it from 4 years, so they have to report
To 2
200
years.
hours
Yeah.
every 4 years. So we're changing it to 2 years. So now it's 100 hours every 2 years.
Okay, thanks for explaining that. I thought everything was fine.
And does anyone have any objections to these proposed changes, especially commissioners?
This is Ed. No objections. I think it was positive for clarity.
Dr.
Looks good
Khan,
to
did
me.
you? Okay. All right. So does anyone from the public have any questions about these changes or comments? I do not see any hands raised. So,
Okay, well, thanks for everyone's participation. Ms. Boyd, please outline the next steps.
all right, hold on just a second. Gotta get my presentation opened again. All right. So our next steps is that we will request to initiate the CR 102 or proposed rulemaking at the Commission's November 20th, 2026 business meeting. And if you need to find like the link to that meeting, then it is definitely on our website. And again, if you click that little globe, it will take you to our website. Does anyone have any questions about the next steps?
So
that is-
just to clarify, there are no
Mhm.
further meetings regarding
Correct.
this, except once at the commissioners meeting on November 20th.
Correct. Mhm.
Okay. Well, if there are no questions and no one else wishes to speak, I'll close the workshop. And it's 1:51. Thanks everyone for participating.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.